Introducing the new BookBolt Designer, BookBolt Studio. But before we go and have a look at that, I just want to let you know, here at Product Creation Formula, we love to give you tips and tricks to be able to help you create your products quickly and easily. Along with that, we also do product reviews, as well as tips on how to make money online. So if that's the sort of thing that interests you, how about you smash the like button, as well as subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can be notified when we upload more videos. Alright guys, let's go check it out. Okay, now here we are at BookBolt. Now ordinarily what you used to have to do to get to the designer was to go over here to your name, click on that, and then you just go down to where it says BookBolt Designer, and you click on that. Well, you can still do that if you wish to, or you can come over here to where it says Research. You can click on that, and then you can hit Create. Now what you're going to do is you're going to see if you have the upgraded version, which is, if we go over here, the upgraded one, which is the Pro version, you can get that for $19.99 a month, or if you're going to be doing it yearly, $199.99 per year. Or you can do, if you're doing the other one, you won't get the puzzle area. Now, the upgraded version, which is what I'm on, you get the puzzle creation software included, whereas the newbie, you don't get that. So you can have a look at either choosing to go monthly for $9.99 a month or $19.99 a month for the Pro version. It's up to you. I personally prefer the Pro version, and that's the one I'm on. Alright, so let's keep going. So if you have the Pro version, you'll also have the Puzzle Whiz as well. So let's go and have a look at here. We're going to just click on this one, and it'll prompt you to sign in. So I'm just going to quickly sign in. As you can see, my details are blurred out. Then once that happens, we can sign in, and then we can get started. Now this looks like the old one, which it pretty much is. So what we can do is click off this area just here. And if you look over here to the top right hand side, you'll see where it says try the BookBolt Studio. Now in the past, when you were using BookBolt, you'd have to go from the interior to the actual mock-up area of the cover. You have to go backwards and forwards and do all that sort of stuff. Well, now they've decided to put it all in one place. Now from my understanding is that they're going to be getting rid of this area here, and they're going to be mostly focusing on this area here. Now what we have here, let me go to a new project here. You go here to new project, and what you can do is you can now choose your interior paper. You got your paper, cover and interior, or you can do cover, or you can do just interiors, and you can have cover and interior, and you could for the hardcover as well as the soft paperback. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking today at the paperback, cover and interior. Now we can give this a name, which I'm going to call this one Journal and a to-do list. That'll do. And I'm going to be keeping it with bleed, and we're going to make this about probably 100 pages. Oops. Now let's hit create project and click on that, and in just a moment what will happen is if you'll see that you'll be able to create the cover just here, and then you also have blank pages down here. In just a moment I'm going to wait for this to finish, and we can be doing what it needs to do. Now if you want to be able to make this area transparent, it's just a matter of clicking on here, and you can go over here to cover template, click on that section just there, and you can turn down the transparency. Now my suggestion would be, if you're going to do that, what I normally do in this particular case is make sure that the grid lines are already in place. As you can see, this becomes the grid lines. So you can remove that if that other one annoys you. You can just use the grid lines on its own. You can do more horizontal and vertical, or you can just add a grid. Now with that, it'll give you the option of doing 4, which is where you can just click on that, and it'll also give you the rows and the number of columns, and you can do that. So it's got 4 per page. Now I'm going to shrink that in, and what we're going to do is if it's a little bit off center, you can click on that, and that will then line it up for you and put it in the center. Now if you want to be able to say, for example, add an image here, you can do that. If you want to be able to put, say, some icons here or something, You can have a look at the various icons they have there. You can add text here if you wish to by clicking on that. Now with this, they've also improved the circular one. Now for the circular one, for example, if you wanted to put a circular image here, just click on that and that will give you the circular one in just a moment. There we are. We'll just move that over here to make it easier. So let's just hit fit so we can make it fit in there. Alright, so with this one, all we need to do is edit text, click on that, and we can say whatever we're going to say. We're going to say this is, there you go, this is circular text, and hit OK. And as you can see, it's just added that extra words there. Now if you want to be able to change the circle, you can then click on the area here where it says circular, and this gives you the option to make it an outside or an inside. Now one of the things you can do is everything that comes up with these drop down menus, they can be moved from one side to another so you can keep seeing what you're doing. Now what you can do is have it go inside and it'll give you like a smiley face, or you can do outside. This is also on the bottom at the moment. You can make it middle if you wish to, or you can make it top, which makes it a bit smaller even still. And then you can also have it here where you can adjust the type, how the text is looking on the screen. It can be there if you want to do that, however you want to make it. If you don't want it to be quite so sharp, you can just make it like that. You also have circular, you have over here, that's the radius, so you can just do that. You've got the ellipse if you wish to, and then you can also adjust the ellipse by the radius, and you can also adjust this radius here. It's up to you how you want to do it. So that is what we have. So that is this one. What we're going to be looking at now, I'm going to just get rid of that because we don't want that one necessarily. We can also do your regular heading as well as your text. You also have bridge text, which is pretty cool as well. Same sort of thing. You can maneuver it over here. You can hit the bridge text over here, click on that, and you can move things around. Let's move this over here so you can see what you're doing. You can do the height. Say for example you don't want it being quite so tall. You can actually make it gigantic if you wish to. You can also make it that it's more, the width can go wider. You can also align it so as it's a bit better, or you can just have it certain words stick out wherever you want it if you'd prefer to have it that way. It is up to you. So once again, I'm just going to remove that and get rid of that. So right now we're just going to be adding a header. So I'm just going to click on that, and we can place that anywhere we like. Oops, daisy. Click on that and we can move it anywhere we want. Oops, I must have doubled it by accident. Let's just delete that. Easy as. And now with this is where you can do some adjusting. Say for example you don't want it to be quite so big. You can adjust the text size. We'll move that over here so you can see what we're doing. We can actually do the text size by going here, font size, and we can drag that down to make it smaller. You can also choose over here the line width. Now for example you want to have a couple of lines, you can actually make sure that the lines are closer together if you wish to, or further apart. And char spacing, well, I'm not really sure what that is. You can choose it in centimeters, inches, or pixels. It is completely up to you. Now of course you can expand it up by doing that as well. Now let's move this over here, delete that for the one moment. If you want to say for example add an image, you can do that as well. You can click on that, and this will give you the option to be able to choose your own images, or you can choose one from Pixabay. I want to show you something pretty cool here. Let's go choose, say for example, this one right here. I'm going to choose him. Now I want to show you something really cool. I'm going to get rid of these grid lines for a minute first. Let's get rid of these grid lines. I'm just going to go here, and I'm just going to remove all grid lines. There we go. And it just gives us the outside here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just click on there, and what we're going to do is when we click on that, it gives us these options here where we can crop it, we can blend it if we wish to, and click on blend. We can use, let's move it over here so we can see what we're doing. You can adjust it to the left, you can do all that sort of stuff. I'm going to undo what I just did because I don't want it to be like that. And we can do all sorts of funky things. Now once again we're going to click on the image. You can adjust it And you can do the brightness and the colors. You can do all that sort of stuff. Add blurs. And we can also add effects. You can do all these different kind of effects. But the one I really want to show you is this one here. It's called outline image. Now say for example you want to do a coloring in book and you've got something which has got dark outlines on it. All you need to do is click on this, and this will then find all the dark outlines and allow you to be able to have it that something you can actually color in. Now you don't have to use this particular image. You can use any images you want that have dark outlines, but it does need to have the dark outline so as you can then turn it into a coloring in page. So let's just click on that and we'll delete that for the moment. Now let's say for example you want to go to Pixabay and you want to be able to find a image. You can go over here, click on that, and I'm going to actually type in here. I might type in here, you maybe call journal, type in the word journal, and you can do that. Or you can type in to-do list. It's up to you. Now I like this one. No, actually I like this one up here. It's nice and clean. And you can see there's a journal in the picture. Okay, let's just click on that one. And that will add this to here. Now, of course, you can expand that up to your heart's content to make it fit the book. And of course, you'll want to make it so as the main part that you're wanting to look at here, which is the journal, sits within the frame. So I'm going to shrink that down just a tiny bit more. Drag that over just a little bit more so as it's not going over into that section just there. If we wish to, we can expand it that way and then down a little bit as well, so it just fits nicely. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to leave it like that for the moment, and that's pretty good. I like that. Now another thing you can do is you can add some text. Now I'm going to show you something really cool with the text in just a minute. Now with that, I'm going to grab the text, I'm going to open that up, and I'm just going to be putting in a header to start off with. Now, as you can see, it's going to stand out regardless, but let's say, for example, you have a darker background, like that, for example, and you're finding that it's blending in, but that's exactly the position you want it. All you need to do is when you click on that, you then have the section here, background color. At the moment it's transparent, but you can change the color. You can make it white. And you can hit OK. And what's going to happen is it's going to then turn that into a white background. In just a moment, it's going to put a white background. I think you actually have to highlight it over the top of it before that'll work. That's right. And then pull it up there. Then you hit OK. And as you can see, it's put a white background. Now, let's say, for example, you don't like that being quite so bright and quite so white, and you want to make it a little bit less white. What you have to do is click on that, and then you can take down the transparency. Let's move that over here to the side, so you can see what's going on. And then all we have to do is bring that down so as you still have some white there to allow your heading to stand out. And as you can see, you've got a nice little transparency going on behind that. You can still partly see the image behind it, but the heading really stands out. Now over here, I would also strongly suggest that over here, you can do the same thing with text over here, but I'm going to give you another suggestion, and I'll show you why in just a moment. Now let's say, for example, you want to be able to add some regular text here. Now over here, you add this here. Let's expand that up. And we want to be able to put a background behind this text. All right, so let's just click on that, and let's add a background to here. I think I might need to have to highlight over the top of that actually. Try that again. We'll take that up and make it white. And then you hit OK. But look what happens. It leaves these ugly little lines here. So let's undo what we just did then, so as it becomes clear. Now what we're going to do is we're going to highlight, well, personally what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that altogether. Now another thing you can do is you can go over here and you can grab a rectangle. So we're just going to grab this rectangle here, drag this across over here, and I'm going to take it from corner to corner from where this line meets just here down to the bottom line down here, and you can drag that across to here and then drag that down here. Now once again, you probably don't want to have it that color, so you want to be able to just change the color. So what we can change that color to white, which is exactly what I'm going to do, and we'll just rinse and repeat. what we want to do is now turn the border, turn this color transparent. Let's move that over here a little bit so you can see what we're doing. And then we can then transparent that down. And we can make it a bit lighter. You can still see what's behind it, but it allows the words to stand out. And we can hit OK, and there we have it. So we now have that. We can now add the text if we wish to. Click on there, and we're going to add our text, and we can use regular multi-line text, and we can add this to here if we wish to. And then we can start writing our description in the background here, so as it fits inside here. My suggestion would be bring it in just a little bit, so it's not quite so close to the edge. And you can do it any way you wish to, and then you can just start writing, and you can move that to the position you want it. It may not be where you want it, but you can put it anywhere you like, and you can make it how you want it. And you can have that go down the entire page if you want to. You can also change, once again, change the size of the text if you wish to, and you can also change the style of text as well. It doesn't have to be open sans, it can be any of the styles you want. And these are all of the styles here are all the same as what you get in Google. So these are Google fonts they've got here. Every one of them are Google fonts. Now you can choose also to make it light italics. Light italics, you've got regular italics, semi-bold, italics, bold, and it's got bold italics, extra bold, and extra bold italics. So let's go make that. Let's go make that bold italics. No, I'm going to show you extra bold. I'm going to make that extra bold. We're going to go OK. Alright, so I'm going to move that out of the way. As you can see, that's now extra bold. Now another thing I want to be able to show you is I'm going to just expand this up a little bit, so as we can have a better see of what it looks like. Let's expand the size of this just up a little tiny bit, so you can have a better look. Now, 𝗕𝗂𝗧𝘂𝗧𝗂𝗧, move that out of the way. 𝗕𝗂𝗧𝘂𝗧𝗂𝗧, too small. Now if we want to make that fit, we can go there, and there we are. Okay, so you can see here, it's got the image right there of the heading. Now I want to show you something really cool. Now let's just highlight over the top of that, and over this one here is the stroke color. Now if you don't know what a stroke is, the stroke literally goes around the outside of the wording. You can click on that, and you can choose any color you want. I'm going to be making that one perhaps red. Let's make that a nice red color, just so as it stands out. And you can go like that. You can OK. Now you might go, where is it? Well, it's OK. All we have to do, hit that section just here where it says 0 pixels. You click on that, and you can then widen that up. Let's move it over to the side so you can see what's going on. And grab that, and we can now see that the heading is getting wider. Now we click on that. As you can see, that has started getting a nice thick font, nice thick red. But you, of course, have to highlight over the top of it for it to be noticeable. Now that might be too much. Well, let's make that yellow. I'm going to change that to a yellow color, just to really make it stand out. Down here, make that a bit more of a yellow color. There we go. Hit OK, and there you have it. Now you have a yellow heading. You got a black wording with yellow writing. Or let's say, for example, you don't want that to be black. You can make it blue. It's completely up to you how you want to do it. Now, of course, that's too dark. That's purplish. Let's go blue instead. That'll do. And make that nice and dark. There we have it. Okay, so as you can see, this is how you use this section. Now, let's go and have a look at the actual pages. Let's save it, because it does automatically save for you. But let's just be sure. Let's now save, just to be certain. There we are. Now let's go over here and we click on the actual pages themselves. Now when we click on the pages themselves, we can now go to this section right here that is the pages. Now you click on that and it says page templates. Click on that and you can choose the different types of page templates. Now I'm going to be going for the free ones, because the free ones have pretty much all the ones that you want that don't have the pro version. Now remembering the pro version gives you the wizard. Now if I show you the pro version, let's go all, and you'll see there is a slight difference. As we scroll down, you'll start to see some of the puzzles, and you can start adding the puzzles in here if you wish to. and you can choose one of these, and you can also go along here, add mazes, and you can add all this sort of stuff right here. But right now let's just stick with the free one so as we can do what we're wanting to do. Now remember, I said it was going to be a journal, and we also want to make it a to-do list. So what we need to do is click on the first one, which I'm going to be making this one the journal. So click on that, and we have got the 3 different choices we can choose from. We can go here, click on, I'm going to choose on the college journal, click on that, and we can choose whether it's going to be odd or even numbers. In my particular case, I want to make these ones even. So we just click on the even pages and we go select even. And then we can now hit next, and that will put that on there. Now I'm going to change the line color. I'm going to be making that pitch black. Now we can once again move that out of the way so you can see what's going on. Click on that, and you got the top line color, which we want to be able to make black as well. And once again we hit OK, and there we have it, and we can hit submit. Now what's going to happen is it's now going to add these lines to all of these pages, every second page. So we're going to scroll down. It's going to be putting it on all the even pages. Now why do I want it on all the even pages and not all the odd pages? Well, that's because on this particular page, I'm just going to click right here, and then we're now going to be adding some extra things to this one. Okay, so right here I'm going to be adding some text, and I might make that regular text. I might even make it circular text. Circular text will be fine. We're going to go like that. And I'm going to once again adjust this by hitting the magic wand just here, so we can adjust it. And I'm going to now shrink that down to a much lesser curve. Correct. I can now click on that, hit OK. And what I want to put in here is this book belongs to, let's edit the text by clicking on there. We're going to be writing this book belongs to. And we can hit OK. And of course we can shrink it down to make it fit how you want it. There we are, that'll do. Very nice. Okay, now what we can do, if you wish to, you can add some more text, and then going down here, it's just a matter of choosing the regular line. I'm going to spread that out across the page. I might even raise it up a tiny bit to about there. Now I'm going to delete all of this text, and I'm just going to be putting an underscore there. So I'm going to hit shift and underscore, and there we have it. One more line just to make sure it's going to fit. Make sure that it's centralized so as it sits very nicely on the page. We want to put that in the center by clicking on that, hit OK, and there we have it. This book belongs to, and they can put their name in there. If you want to make that line a bit smaller, you can do that by just deleting a few of the lines. And there we have it. Now it's not quite so obnoxious. And you can position it anywhere you like. It's up to you. Okay, so now let's now go have a look and see if we can find the to-do list. So we're just going to click on that. We better also go over here to this part here. Now I'm going to be going to the free section, and we can go down and have a look at the different ones we have. And scroll down until we find to-do lists. Here we are. We got the to-do list right here, so you can choose this one here. Click on that, and you've got a couple of choices here. So for me, I like this particular one. So, or actually I might just choose this one. I'll choose this one instead. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be making this one odds. So we're going to click on that. Now what will happen is this one will be highlighted too, so you need to just you just need to click on that one, and it takes it off there. Then all you need to do is add that to the rest of them and hit OK and hit submit. Now we can do constraint aspect ratio, or you can do resize to fill paper. Okay, so we'll do that. We can hit submit, and in just a moment it will come up. And here you have your to-do list, and everything's inside the bleed, as you can see. Okay, so this is the basics of it. And the thing is, if you want to be able to make it different and you want to have like a faint background, something in the background, and make it unique to you, you can put something in the background here. You can then lighten it up, fade it out so as it becomes like a watermark, and you can have the watermark behind everything on the page just to make it unique to you. Now let's go and have a look at how you download it. What you can do is you go click on here where it says project, and you can either do it as download this project RGB, which is red, green, blue, or you can download this as 𝗕𝗵𝗂𝗧𝘂𝗧𝗂𝗓, which is cyan, magenta, yellow, and I think K stands for black. I don't know why K, but that's what it stands for. Anyhow, then you can just download that. It'll come up with a zip folder, and inside the zip folder you'll have 3 files. You'll have your JSON file, which can be opened up in Chrome, or you can have your 2 PDFs, and those 2 PDFs are the cover page as well as the second page. The second PDF will be the interior, and you want to have those separate so as you can then upload those onto Amazon KDP. Okay, now if you'd like to be able to get your hands on BookBolt, I'll leave a link in the description down below. Now with that, you'll need to be able to use the product code called ProductCreationFormula, and I'll also leave that in the description down as well. Now that product code will also give you 20% off, whether it be the Pro or the newbie version. Alright, now over here is a video I believe you might like. Down here is a video YouTube thinks you might like. And over here, if you click on the image of my head, you'll be able to subscribe. Now guys, thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.